Let's welcome back to the show retired NYPD officer Bill Stanton. First, your reaction to that story. It comes a week after the stabbing death of 9/11 first responder and EMT Lieutenant Allison Russo here in Queens, New York. People have had it.
We're all fed up. This is a tragedy, and unfortunately, we're hearing this way too often. We're almost becoming anesthetized to it. You know, every week it's another tragedy.
But we can't be. We can't be, though. We have to stay outraged, right? That's what critics have been saying, right? We've said it.
Yeah, this man's living the American dream, raising his child to go to college. This is a joyous occasion, a wasteful death over a cup of coffee. This crime culture and those that foster it, you know, this is what needs to change, and it changes at grassroots. People talking about it, people being outrageous, and voting the people that endorse
Why
cash.
do innocent taxpayers, to your point about no cash bail and other weak on crime policies? By the way, the top Democrat DA of Albany County, New York, David Suarez, he's going after Democrat New York Governor Kathy Hochul and Democrats to your point, no cash bail for violent felonies and weak on crime policies. So why do we have to be the subjects of their thought experiment that's highly flawed?
You make a perfect point. We are the guinea pigs in this experiment about letting recidivism bad guys out to see if they commit crimes or not. This is common sense 101. You know, if a criminal knows there's a penalty and knows they're going to be locked up potentially for the rest of their life, guess what? They're not going to be so quick to do it. So, you know, it's about
but they took the consequences away. They took the consequences away, right?
They took the teeth out of sentencing. They took the teeth out of bail. So when you're half-past crazy, what do you care? I'm not going to do any time, and I'm going to get out if I do get arrested. So it's not good. It's not working. Yeah. This needs to stop.
You know, we got the Democrat mayor of Austin, Texas. He said defund and even abolish the police. He's caught falling asleep at a cop funeral. D.C., a lot of officers, police there, they're upset about this. The mayor now apologizing. We also have this story, the Democrat candidate for the Pennsylvania Senate seat. Bill, John Fetterman caught on camera when he was mayor of Braddock, Pennsylvania, vandalizing. He's caught on camera vandalizing a local business sign. That was 10 years ago. So, you know, this is what's going on inside the Democrat Party, right? And then you have this. You've got Cori Bush. She's now defending still her position to defund police. Bill, you've talked about this. Cori Bush has hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of security that regular Americans don't get. Watch this.
We can't get caught up on the words. People spend more time focusing on the word defund than they spend on caring and addressing the problem of police violence in this country.
Take that on, Bill. What do you think?
I think it's the epitome of hypocrisy. You know, these folks go in front of the cameras, right, and they say they're of the people, by the people, with the people, but yet they go to their doorman buildings, their gated communities, and they have security surrounding them. You know, they do not live by the rules that we live by, and folks every day are learning more and more. And
so is the answer to, you know, I'm sorry to interrupt, but, you know, people are upset about this. If there's police brutality, is the answer to wipe out all police, as Cori Bush is saying?
No. If you're a bad cop, you're not a cop, you're a criminal. But cops are recruited from the planet Earth, not the planet perfect. But the overwhelming majority took that oath to protect and serve. You know, one or two bad apples does not a bad department make. Every day, cops do millions of interactions, saving lives to walking the old lady across the street. Do not demonize police for one or two highlighted bad motives or individuals.
Got it. Bill Stanton, thanks for your service to our country. We appreciate you coming on.